Gotta get situated before I get into this chapter. Picking my hair. Make sure I look beautiful. Yo, my nigga Saitama. Okay, let's not get sidetracked. All right, so getting into this chapter, it's chapter 255. 255 chapters to this 7 Deadly Sins greatness. Last chapter, Arthur's about to go in with that Excalibur sword. So hopefully we're about to get something pretty cool. I saw a thumbnail earlier, sadly, but it wasn't something that was revealing. It's just, or at least if it is, I don't know how revealing it is because it doesn't hold any relevance to anything that I've seen previously, aside from the fact that the person that I saw in the thumbnail resembled Golgius. And a bunch of different possibilities pop into my head based off of that. But I'm about to get into the chapter and see what it's all about. Let's check it out real quick. All right, Deanne standing outside the boar's hat, talking to the other sins. Someone says, "Are you serious, Merlin? You're going off on your own first to rescue King Arthur? You really can't wait? Why the rush? This isn't like you at all. We're just about to go liberate Camelot with Stigma." So King trying to rationalize with Merlin. And Merlin responds, "If they sense our march towards Camelot, their guards and sentries will become even ever more vigilant. If I want to search for him, then now is my only chance." And Escanor says, "I'm against this. There's no point in you placing yourself in danger for a little kid who can't even wipe his own ass cleanly." And Merlin gives him a dirty look. And Escanor looks away. Like, he's sweating and everything. Why does Nick got his shirt off? Hawk says, "Hey, Merlin, why exactly are you always willing to go so far to support Arthur?" And he burps. He still hasn't even awakened his magic power yet, right? And Escanor says, "Exactly." The Hawk says, "You didn't even know about that." Arthur was chosen by the Holy Sword to one day lead Britannia. He is the child of hope. Britannia. Britannia is the continent, right? Like the land that they reside in. Because Leonis is the name of the kingdom where, I want to say where the story takes place, but that wouldn't even be accurate. That's just where the main kingdom. It's the main kingdom. That's the only way I know how to describe it. He is the child of hope. All right. Holy sword. Yo! And now it's Arthur with the sword drawn in hand, getting ready to face off against who may be the four most powerful demons, aside from the Demon King himself. I think Chandler says, "Hey, napping. Who's that with the strange aura?" Why is he calling them napping though? And Kuzak responds, "An intruder." Oh. Meliodas says, "That's a good look in your eye. You're almost like a completely different person from when you were on the verge of tears, unable to protect Merlin." And Arthur says, "That goes for you as well." You know, it's crazy because I just saw that episode in the anime yesterday. He says, "You are no longer the Meliodas that I knew. Are you seriously planning to take us on all by yourself?" And Arthur smirks as if he knows something they don't. And Zeldris says, "What do you make of that strange aura that holy sword seems to be giving off?" Meliodas says, "Who knows? It's neither of the demon clan nor the goddess clan. Meliodas of the demon clan and those who follow him, I shall slay thee and reclaim the kingdom." All right, they're getting ready. And, he took his little stance. A stance very reminiscent of Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. Oh. Trying to say he ain't having it. He said, "You got a big mouth for a human." He like flashes behind him, and Arthur's looking kind of shook. Chandler calls out an attack called Exterminate Ray, and it looks like he hit Arthur, but I'm going to assume that it didn't work. Oh, damn. He cut Chandler's head off, bro. What the hell? All right, Zeldris, Meliodas, and Kuzak, they shook. Arthur says, don't underestimate humans. Yo. Kuzak was like, he's unscathed? Zeldris says, that sword technique he used just now. I have a memory of seeing it somewhere before. And now Arthur's looking at Kath. Kuzak is holding Kath. Yo, he just chopped off Kuzak's arm, bro. What the hell? And he caught Kath. Says, I'm sorry. You went through all this for me. And, okay, so Kath is still alive. Says, Arthur. Why? Why do you know that swordsmanship? Well, maybe that was Kuzak who said that earlier, not Zeldris. Because it would be weird if Zeldris was like, around with Kuzak to be familiar with something that he would also have a familiarity with. Maybe not. It just seems as if, it's two different generations. So if anything, it should be like an old enemy of Kuzak. And Zeldris shouldn't have the same sort of experience as his. Maybe. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they did run together. And this nigga just chopping up everybody, huh? He just sliced Kuzak in half. And then he unleashes another strike. Oh, he unleashing a volley of blade strikes, flying slashes, and things. He blew a hole in the side of the tower that they were in. All right. Kath says, I'm hungry. Okay, let's get something to eat after we're done here. Zeldris tried to hit that nigga, but he blocked it without even looking, bro. What the hell, man? What's up with the nigga Arthur? He blocking it all. Like, this nigga not even paying him no attention. Zeldris says, this is the dance of the Avidya. It's exactly like the technique of the blind human swordsman who long ago, capable of countering any and all manner of surprise attack. But why do you know it? So Zeldris does know. Okay. Buddhist term, Sanskrit word meaning ignorance, delusion, or unlearned. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the dumbass. That's Yami got an attack with Avidya in the title that I like to call dumbass slash. Arthur says, I already told you not to underestimate humans. Yo. And he just hit Zeldris with the meanest sword thrust that I ever seen, bro. Called Death Pecker. And he says, I've seen this technique as well. I believe it belonged to the Ward King Tartinos. The techniques used on Chandler and Kuzak too. They're the spitting image of those used by the celebrated human master swordsman Karfin. Looks like we're beginning to see who he really is. Merlin was constantly telling me about this sword, that it was extremely powerful, so powerful that it mustn't be wielded thoughtlessly, until such a time comes that we're faced with an unprecedented threat. It's so ironic. I never once considered that unprecedented threat would be you. Hey, Merlin, why are the kings chosen by the Holy Sword in the first place? That's Deanne asking the question, by the way. And Merlin responds, apparently the Holy Sword began as a sword without any kind of magic power at all, given to a human swordsman by a princess of a certain spring. Okay, this is the guy who I thought looked like Golgius, but now I'm looking at him again, he looks nothing like Golgius, it's just the horns. The first to wield the sword was King Karfin, the celebrated master swordsman. He was a brave human who fought the Demon Clan, but no matter how great the accomplishments, all heroes ultimately meet their end. As he was on the brink of death, for the sake of the one who would succeed him, he cleansed the sword with his own blood and soul. Oh, the mysterious thing is, Instead of growing rusty due to the blood, it grew stronger and sharper, inheriting its essence. Its next owner was the human hero feared as the Battle King by the Demon Clan. When he too was facing his inevitable death from illness, as if he had inherited Carfin's will, he cleansed the sword in his blood and soul to entrust it to his successor. Hmm. Um, it's pretty crazy. As he was on the brink of death, for the sake of the one who would succeed him, he cleansed the sword with his own blood and soul. Alright, so apparently blood makes the sword grow stronger and sharper. And it carries the essence of whoever gives the blood. Hmm. Wow. All right. Well, I guess that explains why the sword is so powerful, which is kind of the insinuation that I was getting when I realized that they mentioned like two or three different niggas when Arthur was showing it off. So, all right. Over the course of this process, repeating countless times over countless millennia, the souls of innumerable heroes now dwell within the sword. A human hero passing everything on for the sake of the next hero. The sum of this shared will across the span of time gave birth to the Holy Sword. At some point, the Holy Sword began choosing its wielders on its own, deciding whether or not a person was worthy of leading others in the wielding the sword. All right, Q&A. What does Arthur think of Merlin's clothes? She's really an adult woman. Yeah, she's a woman. Yo, this nigga taking on Zeldris and Meliodas at the same time and giving them the business. And now their child has been chosen. Or he sent Zeldris flying, then he just hit Meliodas with a mean sword strike and sent him flying too. All right, cap this right here. Arthur has been acknowledged by the heroes of Britannia's history. All these niggas, huh? This a woman? This also looks like a woman. Hmm. Yeah, but that first nigga Carfin looked pretty beastly, man. A king among kings. Yo, this definitely seemed like something straight out of Lord of the Rings. Ain't no way, ain't no way like you ask Naka, but where you get this from? He don't say Lord of the Rings. Coming through in the moment of crisis. That is a hero. With all the techniques through his long service dwelling within his blade, now through the evil souls, mold through the evil souls with the holy sword. Next chapter will feature a color cover and great present as well. Inheriting the power of countless heroes, he overwhelms the demon clan. This is the child of hope, Arthur's true power. I feel like I should be more hyped for this, but it just seems so grossly overpowered that I can't even appreciate it. It's like I was expecting for when Arthur, finally reaches that caliber, it would be like it would feel like a big payoff, but instead it's sort of just like Arthur was here, then he was there, and then suddenly he's at this other place here, and we find out about this sword, and I'm not sure when we find out about the sword, but what I do know is that um, it was stated that he was supposed to have the sword, and then he went on his journey to go get the sword, which wasn't much of a journey, or at least I don't remember it being much of a journey. It's basically just like, where is it? And let's go to it. Didn't seem like any notable pitfalls or obstacles. And if it was all off screen. I basically feel like this entire thing could have been handled better. But that's just my 2 cents on this plot development. But I am happy for Arthur though. But I've been telling niggas don't sleep on Arthur, but this just feels kind of like I don't know if I can be proud for this. At the very least, if this is the road he was going to go down, to where he gets the sword and he's grossly overpowered, it could have at least been said that, you know, once he grabs the sword, he'll just be able to like long sword style everybody and have the people from the Demon Clan actually know that. Um, and try to prevent that from happening. But I guess not. And I'm also sort of surprised that they knew about all these different heroes throughout time, but they never found out what the source of their power was. That's also odd. Hmm. Yeah, I got problems with this one. I got problems with this one. I mean, the chapter itself was nice. I really enjoyed the chapter, but it's just that the various different things that that culminate, that's making the chapter and all everything that had to be done to get us to this point, and things that weren't done to get us to this point. Like I said a little while ago, I just feel like it could have been done better. Yeah, this chapter's probably like a 7. No, I can't do that to the chapter because, like I said, the chapter was good. I really liked it, but it's just because the sword didn't come out of nowhere. It was something that's been built up for a decent amount of time, but considering how great the sword is, I don't think it was built up in the right way. And I would even say it wasn't built up long enough, even though it was a decent amount of time. Like this is game changing. This nigga's beating Meliodas and Zeldris at the same time. That's ridiculous. He one shot Chandler and Kuzak, which basically means he could run up to the Sins and solo them niggas. Like it's actually ridiculous the more I think about it, man. I mean, I think I can hold this against the chapter though, since the chapter is since these things were revealed in the chapter. Yeah, I'll say 7. It's like a 7, maybe a 6.5. I don't think it was trash, but it just wasn't nearly as good as I thought it could have been. The execution. I think they were fighting seriously. I don't see why not. I guess I can see why Meliodas wouldn't, but not Zeldris. I think Zeldris would have been trying to get in his ass. Reaper tacos. That was directed at you. Since you asked if they were fighting seriously, or do I think they were fighting seriously? I don't see why they wouldn't. But yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Appreciate y'all for coming through. See y'all boys later. Like the stream or dislike it if you didn't like it. Uh, Subscribe. Did I already say that? Share it with your peoples. Tell your friends about me. Do that thing in the comment section when you get a chance. Shout out to Grim Grim Reaper. He got his channel back up and running. It's always nice to have friends in the community. Friends in the community. Good friends. Like Grim. Yeah, I think that's it, man. We them boys. I love all my niggas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's it, man. I think that's a good stopping point. I'll stop it right here.